And that in itself will be a great learning experience. Okay, right, I'm gonna have, no, my apple, no, my apple's gone all the way down the hill.
My heart is real.
So, I don't know about anybody else, but when it gets to about this time of year and spring's starting to pass and it's getting into summer, and the early mornings are too bloody early, I sort of lose my mojo a little bit, and I have a bit of creative block and I don't know what to photograph. But when that happens, I find that trying things different and trying things that are a little bit out of my comfort zone really work. But I've got to admit, coming and doing that today was really difficult. So I've come to a place that I've never been here. I'm shooting Crome Hill, which is I'm shooting Crome Hill, which is a location that I've been to in this video here, and I've had a bit of success in the past. But I've actually come to Hitter Hill, which is a little bit further to the east, and yeah, I'm going to try some different things really. I'm going to mix it up, I'm going to experiment a little bit, I'm going to try some long lens stuff. But as you can see, everything's green or blue and there's not a lot of contrast. I think the sun's going to set in the wrong location, so it's going to be a lot of trial and error. But I'm hoping by trying different things, being a little bit more creative, it can spark some enthusiasm back into my photography. Because I've got to admit, I'm a bit out of creativity at the moment, and I'm sure everybody gets like that. But I'm going to keep going, see what I can find, try some different things, and hopefully I'll get a shot that is worth showing. But if not, I'll have had a bit of fun. Okay, let's go.
So please don't dive into her arms, and please just leave my love alone, and please don't be another one and say it's me you're looking for. My heart is wide open.
So these two hills that you can see in the background here are Crome Hill and Parkhouse Hill. And reading from Wikipedia, it's quite amazing really, because they used to exist during the Carboniferous period, and there used to be a tropical sea here, and these used to be a reef effectively. So just to imagine all those millions of years ago that there was fish swimming around here and that this was some sort of reef is quite incredible. But they are stunning, and what I'm hoping is to really capture the essence of them as the sun goes down and I get these really sort of strong lines. Now I think it's going to be tricky because I think they're going to be in silhouette. But what I'm going to do whilst I'm waiting is look for different things and point my camera at different locations, because I've got a lot of time, it's really warm, and I'm just going to relax. In fact, I'm going to eat my apple. Okay. So I apologise for these legs. Not the finest specimens, but we don't get a lot of sun in England, so when it comes out we've got to make the most of it. We've had a lot recently. So I'm sure you're like me, and when there's a blue sky day like this and it starts to get green in the summer, you sort of run out of ideas a little bit, and it's not that inspiring. There's no clouds, there's going to be no amazing dramatic weather, so it's quite often difficult, one, to motivate to get yourself either up in the morning at 4 a.m. or out after you've had a beer, because you can't have a beer because then you'll drive, so don't have a beer. But anyway, it's hard to get out in the evening, and that makes photography just a little bit more difficult in the summer. But I've taken some good shots by trying different things. And I feel like, if anything, my photography comes on a little bit in the summer because I push myself to try different things. And although I might not get my best shots in the summer, I do end up getting very different shots. And then that that improvement, that change in my photography, that improvement in my creative ability, then reflects itself when the weather gets better in autumn for photography and into the winter. So I feel that summer is a great opportunity to try different things. And there's sort of three things that I'd suggest that you try really, and they are, you've got harsh light, and as you've got to wait for the sun to drop a little bit, but when that sun drops, then you get really strong shadows. And the trees can cast some really interesting shapes. So hopefully I'll put a picture up here of one that I took not about a year, or maybe was it last year or the year before. And this is like, some really strong composition. We're using shadows and tree shapes to create something that's quite dynamic. Yeah, you can use these, what we would often call poor conditions, to your advantage, and you've just got to think a bit outside the box and try things that you wouldn't otherwise try. And then the other thing that you can do is use a long lens, and I've spoken about this before. I think it's a really good idea. So pick out details in the landscape and try and look closer for details in the landscape. It's not easy to do, it's really difficult, but if you use the light and you think about how the light is interacting with the landscape, then you can quite often find details. And the key thing to picking those details out in the landscape is keeping it really simple. So anything that doesn't add to the image, just remove from your shot. And when you're picking out those details with a long lens, then maybe have something just to frame it, have something out of focus in it as well. I talked about it in this creative ideas video, I'll link here, and that can make a really big difference by framing the shot and then having something quite simple, maybe a diagonal line with some trees on it, or maybe something you spotted a field there isn't any fields with flowers over there, but you've spotted a field with flowers in it. I've got an audience, by the way, of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sheep. I'm going to video it and so you can see. Look, there we go. They're all looking at me. So yeah, so using those ideas of creativity and shadows and just creating things that are really simple, maybe use a longer lens, and going outside your comfort zone, then I think you'll find that you'll improve your photography. You might not get the best ever shot, but you'll start to be a little bit more creative, and it'll inspire you to go out and try different things. If you think, I'm going to go out and get a sunset here, or I'm waiting for the right clouds, then you'll just stay indoors, you just never get out. So you've just got to stick with what you've got. If it's sunny, if it's raining, whatever, go out and try something new, try something you've not tried before. I promise you it'll improve your photography. And that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to try different things that I've not tried before. And I'll show you the results. They'll probably be crap, but I'm going to share them anyway. And if nothing else, I've got out and I've tried something. And that in itself will be a great learning experience. Okay, right, I'm going to have... No, my apple! No, my apple's gone all the way down the hill! No! It went all the way to the bottom of the hill. It went all the way down here, all the way down there. Oh, I was really looking forward to that apple as well. So I stopped here at this stone wall because I've wanted to try a few different things with stone walls for a while. So what I'm trying to do is, it's quite a nice leading line, and I want to have the bit in the foreground. I've got my big 70-200 lens on, so the bit in the foreground on the right hand side is out of focus, and then the bit in the distance is in focus. And I want to see if the out of focus element, when I look at it, is going to work. Now this isn't a great composition, but the bottom bit of it is a good composition, and I want to know if that out of focus element of the wall is going to work and lead your eye in, or whether it all needs to be in focus. It's something I'm interested in and trying and experimenting something different. So I've focused here on the distant tree over there, and I've got this bit of blurred wall here, and I'll show you the photo now. Did it work? I don't know, not looked at it. Probably did, I'd say. Maybe. The sun's going down now, and after sort of wandering around, I actually drove to the other side of Crome Hill as well. I've come back here, and as the sun's going down, it's just highlighting this tree. But I'm shooting so much into the sun though that the haze is just so severe. But this tree that's been highlighted is just being picked out on the side of the hill, and there's a wall that's just leading up as well, which just looks really nice. So I don't think you're going to be able to see because it's just so far away, and I've got my 70-200 lens on at about 140 millimeters, so just to get it right, and I'm basically cropping out all the sky. Missed my apple though. So these fellas here are really inquisitive. I think they're wondering what it is. I'm going to try and get a photo of these. I never take animals, apart from a cow I took the other day, which was actually quite good actually. I quite like my cow. Anyway, the cow's here, and I'm going to take with, if they'll focus because they're so close, and I've got my 70-200 lens, these two sheep here because they're nicely backlit. Okay, I'm going to put my camera down, see if I can get it. So, whilst I'm just waiting for the sun to go down, I just wanted to mention something that I think is really important, and that is just taking in the environment where you are and not rushing to get your tripod out, not rushing to get your camera out of the bag. I've done quite a lot of workshops recently, and I mentioned this before, and I think there's this tendency for somebody to get the camera out, put it on their tripod and get that shot that they see straight in front of them. But then you miss things all around you. Just taking it in, spending 10 minutes or 20 minutes walking around the environment, if you've got time and the light's not going to disappear, can make such a big difference to the shot. And I've been looking around as the sun's going down and taking a shot down here just behind me, and I probably haven't got anything, to be honest, but I've got a better appreciation for how the light falls on the land, and I think the shot I'm going to get tonight when the sun just drops a little bit more just on the side of Parkhouse Hill is going to look really nice. But I've just slowed things down a little bit, I've just taken my time a little bit, and I've started to think about things that I enjoy about photography as well, and I don't think I'm full enthusiasm mode yet, but I think I'm getting a little bit more enthusiasm. I think my creativity hopefully will start to improve. But certainly these blue skies are difficult to work with, there's no doubt about it, but there is a cloud over there, so there's always a silver lining, or in this case, a cloud. Anyway, we're getting to the point where I think I might be able to get a shot, so I'm going to go back to my camera. So I didn't vlog anymore this evening. I decided just to spend time looking at the sunset and trying to understand how the light was hitting the land. And I wanted to try something a little bit different for myself, which was a panoramic. I'm really pleased with the shot that I got.
Winter time to spring, I remember everything from Wichita. This town is on its knees, you know, guidance overseas, I'm telling you. Oh, it's more to this than what you see. You know this town's got the best of me. Are we sure it's the last time? Sure that this is the last time.
So I think that it just shows that, Pebbles, what you're doing. So I think it just shows that trying something different and maybe just trying to be a little bit more creative can really inspire you to do different things, and the summer is a brilliant time to do it. Anyway, that's it for this week, so thanks for watching, and please subscribe if you like the video and give it a like. And until next Sunday, say bye, Pebbles. Say bye. Say bye. Don't lick me. Say bye, and until next Sunday. Bye. Can I say bye? No, you're just really grumpy, aren't you?
So bad. afraid.